I'm Jason UFC, and today we have a story about Dana White announces Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler will be the headliner at UFC 303 International Fight Week here in Las Vegas. It's official. For the longest times, UFC fans have been wondering whether or not Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler will actually happen. Now we know that it is happening. As part of International Fight Week, Conor McGregor will return to the octagon for the first time in 3 years to fight Michael Chandler, who has been waiting for this opportunity for over a year. Now Chandler finally is going to get the chance to prove himself. Of course, it goes without saying that this is trending to be, okay, I'm not going to say that because who knows if that's even true. In terms of official announcement, Dana White made the call during UFC 300 post-fight press conference. After receiving a piece of paper from a member of UFC staff, Dana White made the announcement that Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler was officially on. It is set to happen at welterweight, right? At the welterweight 170 pounds UFC division. This has always seemed to be Conor McGregor's preferred weight class regards to this fight. I think that's the end of the article. I don't think I have to read anything else. This is one of the first photos. I believe Dana White also announced a few other fights for UFC 302. I believe Islam Makhachev, UFC lightweight champion, will be fighting Dustin Poirier. And on that card, the co-main event of UFC 302, I believe that's in Jersey. UFC 302 will be former middleweight champion Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. But we're gonna stick to the Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. I do want to preface this by saying I am a MMA casual, so I can't follow all of this stuff. But I just have a few thoughts about this fight. First of all, obviously, this will be Conor McGregor's first fight in 3 years. I don't know if in his career he's had this much time off. I know he was coming off of a really nasty doctor stoppage leg break. So he was out for a while, Conor McGregor was. But Conor McGregor lost his last fight. Conor McGregor lost his last two fights to Dustin Poirier in the UFC in 2021. Way back 3 years ago. Michael Chandler, ironically enough, lost his last fight to Dustin Poirier. Both of these fighters, Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor, are 1-3 in their last four fights. Let me say that one more time because I think people are not, they're saying this is going to be the biggest event of all time. It's going to be a big event because it's International Fight Week and it's the UFC. But, right, we have to think about this. You're going to have Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, no title on the line. It's going to be a 5-round main event, and these fighters are both coming off of back-to-back losses, or both fighters are coming off of losses to Dustin Poirier. Conor McGregor's last fight was 3 years ago. Michael Chandler's last fight was in 2022. Right, so he's been out for a very long time. Michael Chandler's last fight was obviously was Dustin Poirier, and that was in November of 2022. So almost 2 years since Michael Chandler fought. I don't know if Michael Chandler has ever fought in the welterweight division. Conor McGregor did have 2-3 fights in the welterweight division. Conor McGregor lost to Nate Diaz, right, in the welterweight division. That was a last-minute fight. And then Conor McGregor came back and defeated Nate Diaz in a unanimous decision. And then after that, Conor McGregor's one win in his last four fights came against Donald Cerrone, and that was in the welterweight division. Michael Chandler, I don't believe, has had any fights in the welterweight division, so we have to see what Michael Chandler looks like. I know when Conor McGregor announced this fight earlier, he was trolling. He was saying that it was going to be in the middleweight division, but now we have official words that this fight will be in the welterweight division. I'm just trying to figure out what's the game plan here, right? Like, you have Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier, one event before. So I'm trying to figure out why these two fighters are fighting in the welterweight division. is like the winner trying to go after Leon Edwards in the welterweight division? I have no idea. But let me know, who do you think is going to win this fight? Like I said, I am a MMA casual, so what the hell do I know? This should be a good fight. I have to say before I end this story, I am not happy that Dustin Poirier is getting a title shot versus Islam Makhachev. Dustin Poirier defeated Benoit Saint Denis, who's barely in the top 10. But before that, Dustin Poirier got head kicked, knocked out by Justin Gaethje. And, you know, with Dustin Poirier coming off of one win over a, you know, basically not a top 10 ranked opponent, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought Dustin Poirier had to win a few more to get another title shot. I know there's a lot of MMA hardcore fans who love everything Dustin Poirier does, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with Dustin Poirier. I'm just not crazy about, you know, fighters getting a title shot after defeating someone barely in the top 15. Right? Dustin Poirier lost to Justin Gaethje by head kick last year. And Islam Makhachev, we got to talk about him. You know, we just had Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. We just had Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway at UFC 300. And now 2 events later, Islam Makhachev is all of a sudden back. You know, I think Islam Makhachev kind of gamed the system here, right? Like, he kind of waited for the 3 main contenders for his championship. Charles Oliveira was supposed to fight Islam Makhachev last year, but he got injured. Arman Tsarukyan already fought Islam Makhachev like 5 years ago. Islam Makhachev defeated Arman Tsarukyan, and Justin Gaethje, coming off of a head kick knockout of Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje ended up defending his belt, his BMF title versus Max Holloway, but Justin Gaethje ended up losing. And I mean, 3 minutes after the event over, all of a sudden Islam Makhachev is back, and now he's fighting, you know, Dustin Poirier. You know, I'm not too crazy about that fight, but like I said, I'm MMA casual, so what the hell do I know? Let me know your opinion of this story. I'm Jason, UFC. Today we had a story about Dana White announces Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler will finally be happening at UFC 303, and this will be the International Fight Week headliner, 5-round fight. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.